I'm going to be using this app called Obsidian to build like the best notes app for me. Originally I wanted to use Notion for my creative notes, but I didn't like their iPad app. It's really terrible. So I switched back to Apple Notes in another video. So this is technically the third video on my notes app. And now my goal is to make Obsidian as automated as possible. Okay. Obsidian is a note-taking app at its core. It was built to connect all your notes and be like a second brain of sorts. You can customize the app using like third-party plugins, which essentially like bring functionality to the app. You can really make it work how you want it to work. I want to eat my breakfast first, but I'll tell you about how I've set up my Obsidian in a second. I have a home page in my Obsidian, but then I have 4 main folders. The folders are first inbox, which I keep any unfinished or unorganized notes in. I'll talk about this later, but I use drafts to capture a lot of notes, and so I'll move drafts to the inbox and then organize them. Okay, so let me grab this. So I never talked about drafts. It allows you to quickly take notes. And even though it's a separate app, I basically use that as my real inbox. I take tons of notes from there, and then once a week I go through them and move them over to Obsidian if I want to store them. The next 2 folders are active and archive. Active is any notes that I'm like currently working on or that I need to be able to reference pretty frequently. And archive is anything but that. Oh, it's done. It's all notes that I have completed or I haven't started yet. And then I just have like a files folder. All right, so those folders, specifically the archive one, is broken down into a bunch of subfolders. I first break it down into either personal or creative notes, and then I break both of those down into even more. Personal, I have my good things, which are like my journal entries. And then I have knowledge, memory, and knowledge, memory, and thoughts. The creative one is broken down into the types of projects that I would be doing. So I have a YouTube subfolder, a podcast subfolder, an art one, a business one, a movie one, a research one, and then a build one. I'm going to the library, so I'm gonna take you with me. I came here yesterday and it was hard to find a spot where I could like talk out loud, but I'm coming here earlier so that hopefully I can this time. But we'll see. Alright, so I do have to be quiet, but using the Auto Note Mover plugin, I use tags to move my notes to the folders automatically. Basically, if I add like the podcast tag, for example, that note will automatically be in my podcast folder. It's pretty useful because I don't have to actually move any notes manually. It just does it automatically. I think I'm gonna go to a place where I can be a bit louder. Okay, so also using tags, I've built a couple project boards. My main one is my video slate, which basically takes the tags that I add to my notes. It filters them. It takes only notes with the video tag. And then if it has the idea tag, it'll add it to my ideas like section. If it has the backlog tag, which is any video that like I know I'm gonna do, but I haven't started yet, it goes into the backlog section. If I'm doing it, I add the #doing tag, and it goes in the doing section, and then published goes in the published section. I hope that makes sense. Each note is also linked so that I can actually tap on, you know, whatever video I'm working on that day and go to that note. I've talked a lot about how I love like being able to customize the app, but there's two more reasons why I like love Obsidian. The first of which is like data privacy reason, like it relates to data privacy. Apps like Google Docs and Apple Notes and like Notion, you know, they own the data. Your notes are stored on their servers, so if they were ever to delete them for whatever reason, you know, you wouldn't have access to them. Obsidian isn't like that. Your notes are saved on your local computer and nobody can ever access them. I very much care about that, but then I also care about that second brain thing that I was talking about. So Notion,
Obsidian, not Notion.
when they were building Notion,
Obsidian.
as far as I can tell, they really wanted to create a way for you to link notes to one another and like connect them. So they have what they call as their graph view, and what the graph view allows is you to see every single one of your notes and the relationship between every note. For every note that I have the video tag on, it's going to be linked together with like a line in the graph view. I'll put it up on the screen to show you, but it's really cool, and it really feels like, you know, neurons firing between different sections of your brain. It feels like it's yours. Having taken the past like 2 weeks to build Obsidian exactly the way I want it, and then I was also using it at that time, I feel like making a tool work for just you is really powerful. Obsidian's allowing me to spend a lot less time organizing my notes and like thinking about how I want to be productive in a way, and letting me just write and actually be productive. I'm spending way more time on that, which I think is useful. If you want like a full breakdown of how my Obsidian works, there will be a link to that in the description. I'm about to go edit this video and film another one like right away. So get subscribed if you want to see that.